Here goes nothing. Okay. There you go. A few drops of whale oil. And that, folks, is how you grow a mill. Wow, so you have no idea the dark forces I had to conjure to make that happen. But all it cost me was one kilt and my soul. And by soul, I mean sign some papers at the bank, buy an extra arm and a leg. Well, what, you didn't think I was going to give my own arm and a leg, did you? This ain't just one guy with one arm and one leg metalworks. In any case, guys, in all serious, let's get that out of here. So as the intro would suggest, after a couple of years of failed plans and broken dreams, I finally got a mill. Well, I'm done wasting time. Let's head over there. Meet Wendy. Half a metric ton of pure awesomeness. I gotta say, I don't like dissing the milling attachment because without the milling attachment, I would not have this vise mounted. But the work area on this is just a little bit bigger. Because let's face it, the milling attachment was kind of holding me back just a scotch. Now, to find a mill around these parts, it's, well, one that meets my power constraints and size of my shop and whatnot is pretty much impossible. So you can honestly find quite a few mills on the auction, like if you got the 3-phase power in a giant shop. I didn't want to mess around a bunch of VFDs or anything, so this is what I got. And this is the Craftex CX603 knee mill. It's got a 1.5 horsepower motor at 220 volts, which I do have in this shop. And it's got lots of spots for little attachments and stuff like that. You can put a coolant tank in the base if you'd like. Of course, this is Saskatchewan, and I don't run heat full time in this shop, so that would probably be a bad idea. So I'm probably not going to do that. And from what I can tell from this machine is it's built pretty well. Like there's no plastic on it hardly to speak of. Maybe just on the, just on a couple of the knobs and one over on the can up there. The only thing chintzy I didn't really like are these dials, which actually 2 of them came damaged, or 3 of them. And the paint's not so great either. But there was oxidization and anodizing on these aluminum dials. But Busy Bee was gracious enough to send me some new dials really quick. They were here in about a week. So kudos to them. The customer service was good. So I spent the last, I don't know, couple weeks now, or I guess I've only put about 10, 12 hours on this machine so far. And quite honestly, this is the only mill I've ever used. So what I can say is that it's accurate, despite the dials. It's got a couple quirks I don't really care for. Down here where the table lock is, if you run it all the way forward and this handle is not in the right spot, it hits this and it can potentially lock up your table inadvertently. And I don't really like these, they're kind of in the way, so I may have to do something about that. But the knee travels on 2 great big heavy dovetails, and it's got a lot of travel in there. Like it's got about 20 inches from table to spindle. So when I chose this mill, I was going to get one like this from KBC, but theirs is I don't know, there's some other chintziness factors that just looking at it didn't really care for. The lack of pictures and whatnot wasn't I don't know, I didn't like it. For one, I really like these. They're all great big heavy cast iron. Really nice steel knobs on them. And you've seen the one-shot oiler. You just give that a pump. Yep, there you go. See all the oil just flew in there. And oils up all the way is all in one shot. Hence, a one-shot oiler. Emergency stop button. Forward and reverse, of course. And a great big steel can that houses, that's a heavy can on there, that houses 3 big ass pulleys. That's a big pulley. That's 8-inch on the bottom probably. And they're all running B belts. So that's 5/8 belts. Nothing to shake a stick at. She's a pretty big girthy machine. So this is about 7 inches in diameter. This is 5-ish, I think, and this is about 5-ish too, or 6. This is 6, I don't know. It's big. It's a big heavy machine. She ain't going nowhere. I do have a few clips of bringing her home. Yeah, just got to break her out of prison. She's behind bars.
Pockets full of shells. Oh, I still have some too. Here. Got more. They become like.
Whew. Like I said, guys, progress. And also milling out the parts for a whole schwack of T-nuts. About to make our first chips on my new mill. Hey, about to make our first chips on my new mill. Woo! So yeah, I'm not really building anything particular here. They're just trying to make something shiny and get a good feel for this machine. Because she's a pretty big, powerful machine, and you know, it's dangerous. Can be. Speaking of which. Oh yeah. Quite literally, up until a few minutes ago, this was my only mill tooling I had, and a vise. And some T-nuts, obviously. But this just arrived. They didn't even send a drill chuck, but that's okay. I actually got a better one than they would have provided anyway. This is a ROM Super, what's it called? Super something. 1/2-inch chuck. I gotta say, I've not really, I don't think I've ever really seen a chuck spin up that nice. That is a smooth chuck. course, I haven't checked out run out on any of this or nothing yet, so that's a whole entirely different thing. So I hope you guys liked that little introduction to my new mill as much as I did. This thing is wide open to adding all kinds of fancy things, so pretty limited in my tooling at the moment. But I'm sure now at least you can look forward to some good accurate hole drilling. Gotta say, drilling holes in a perfectly straight line was pretty gratifying. Anyways, guys, that's about all I got for tonight. I'll bid you adieu and send this video off with a little bit of fly cutter action. Thanks for watching. Peace out. So as it turns out, using a fly cutter isn't as simple as I thought it would be. That's better. Still a tiny, tiny bit there, but trying to get those passes to blend just right. There's always something in there. Maybe a little deflection. Like you can't feel that with your nail. You can feel it with your fingertips, but that might actually just be nothing. That's really nice. Really enjoying the mill. I could say, honestly say it took, it was about 10 times as fast to make 7 of these with old Wendy here, or new Wendy, I should say. So lots of work to do, guys. I hope you enjoyed that. You can bet on a lot more to come.